Hey everybody, it's Lynette, Prepping on a Budget. I'm going to talk about bartering for a minute, and I'm also going to talk about a little experiment that I'm going to do. This is kind of a 2-for-1 video here. A while back, just like everybody else in the prepping community, my husband and I were talking about some of our vices that will be excellent bartering tools one day. Alcohol, tobacco, I started to say firearms. Well, part of firearms will be. But, you know, like liquor, wine, cigarettes, I personally think, along with a lot of the rest of you, because I've seen other videos about this, I personally think it'll be an excellent bartering tool. So what we did, I bought a Premier cigarette roller. It was $45. The tubes are $2.79 a pack, which there's 200 in here. And the tobacco that I purchased is Gambler Gold. It's the 1 pound bag, and it is $17. Now, this will roll actually, like I said, the tubes will roll 1 carton. That's 200 cigarettes. And the 1 pound of tobacco actually rolls about a carton and a half. So based on the retail prices of cigarettes being anywhere, the cheapest that I've seen them across the country has been about $45 still, and the most expensive is in the Northeast. I've seen prices of upwards of $100. So investing in the equipment to use later on for bartering, in my opinion, is a very good investment. Again, $45 for the machine, $3 for a carton of tubes, and $17 for the 1 pound of tobacco. So let's go look at the experiment real quick. So last night I decided I was going to try a little experiment. Now y'all know me, I'm all the time doing an experiment. I figure I will do my experiments when I have the opportunity to do my experiments, because we may not always have the opportunity to do our experiments. So I decided to take 5 cigarettes and actually vacuum pack them. Now, I thought it was going to work out good, but can you tell the vacuum sealer has sort of squished them severely? And if you look closely, I can't zoom on this camera, I'm so sorry about that. A couple of little tobacco stems came through the paper, and a couple of them actually punched holes in them. So I'm going to have to put them like in a box or wrap them in something that's a little more sturdy than just the paper itself. But I packaged them in, I just did 2 packages right now. I put 5 in each package. For this experiment, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 1 downstairs in our storage room, and I'm going to put 1 in the freezer. I'm going to open these back up in March, April, May, June. I'm going to open these back up 3 months from now and see if the freshness is any different between the pack or the package that's in the freezer versus the package that's in the room. I've always heard, you know, put your tobacco in the freezer, it stays fresher, longer. I can't see that it's going to make a lot of difference because all the air has been sucked out of these, but we will see. Now, the second part of me doing this, or trying to do this, I'll explain in just a second. Okay, so as far as bartering is concerned, let's say my neighbor comes over and she has 12 eggs, and she knows that I have tobacco products that I'm willing to barter. She needs the tobacco products, I need the eggs. Now, I did a bartering video not too long ago, but I think I accidentally deleted it. I'm bad about deleting a couple of things. Anyway, bartering is pretty much sales and negotiation, period. So my neighbor already comes over, or she comes over with the dozen eggs. Now, she's already got a price in her mind, or what she would like to have for her dozen eggs. If I go out and I say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give you 5 cigarettes for the dozen eggs, and she agrees to it, and then I come out with a whole carton of cigarettes, all of a sudden, in her mind, the price for her eggs just went up. Because even with bartering, you have a price placed in your mind about how much you think your item is actually worth. Even though there's no money changing hands, it's still a process of the Barter Institute, I guess. But if I just walk out with this little pack, then okay, now the eggs are still worth 5 cigarettes. The price did not go up on me. It might sound a little shysty. I know my husband and I were talking about this earlier today, and he's like, no. He said, you're exactly right. If you go out with a whole carton, you just showed all your cards. My neighbor would have been smarter to come with 6 eggs for 5 cigarettes. You know, a dozen eggs, maybe 10 cigarettes. I don't know. But you kind of get the point. So I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of things in our preps that I should probably, especially the barter items, split them up into smaller packages, because you can always barter up. You can never usually barter down. Again, it's all sales and negotiation. And 2, I just want to see if there's what these are going to be like 3 months when I open this package back up. The next ones that I vacuum seal, I'll probably put in a little box to keep them from looking quite as sad as they did when the vacuum sealer squished them. But again, in a bad situation, they may work out fine. So I'm thinking about doing like over-the-counter drugs, sinus medicine, ibuprofen, just putting those in small, breaking them down into smaller amounts for the very purpose of bartering. Again, you can always barter up. You can never barter down. It's a negotiation. That's all it is. So 3 months, we'll open the cigarettes back up. In the meantime, give me your thoughts about the whole barter thing. I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for watching.